In this video, we're gonna optimize a website of a client of mine from this score to this score. Now that's a very big difference. If you follow the steps I take in this video, you'll also be able to optimize your own website to crank up your speed of your WordPress website. Let's dive in right now. The first thing we do, of course, is to see what website we're going to optimize. So I put it in here, motorsticker.com, and I press enter. Now watch what's going to happen. I didn't slow this down. I didn't do anything on it. This is what happens. It's taking a lot of time. So let's see what's going on. I'm gonna agree. This is a very nice website. It's created by someone, not by me. And you just can click on it and then you have to just wait. Whoa, this is definitely a problem. For a web shop, this is really a conversion killer because it's taking way too long. It's actually quite a nice website. It's about motor stickers, of course, and you can sell all kind of rim striping and all kind of things you need for your bicycle. Great. And let's press on contact. Let's see how long it takes. All right, that's really getting slow. So we're gonna try to optimize the speed of this thing. What we need are third-party tools that can measure the speed for us and let us know if we are on the right track with optimizing it. To do this, we go to Google and we type in Page Speed Insights over there. This is the website we're going to use. Click on it. We're gonna open up another tab and we're gonna type in GTmetrix also over there. Click on it. And we're gonna use another website. The last one is Pingdom Tools. Search for it and click on the Pingdom website speed test Pingdom Tools. Here we go. So the first one is Page Speed Insight. I'll fill in your own website in over here and press on Analyze. Then we're going to do the same with GTmetrix. Just put your website in over there and press on Test Your Site. Here we go. Also with Pingdom, go over there, fill in your website, choose a location that's nearest to you. In our case, it's Germany. We're gonna press Start Test. Here we go. Now let's go to Page Speed Insight and see if things have changed a little bit. All right, I have not seen a website this bad. This is really bad. On mobile, an 11. And on desktop, a 38. Now, if you click on mobile and you scroll down just a little bit, you can see what's the biggest problem. The first contentful paint, how long it takes for an image to appear, and the largest contentful paint. So when this loads in, everything changes on your display, and this is not good for user experience. That's what PageSpeed says. Let's go to GTmetrix. This is not very good. And why? Again, largest contentful paint, they're not happy with it. And the performance is just 25% because it takes way too long. If you scroll down on your own website, you will see that these are the seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then at 8 seconds, it's actually ready for time to interactive. That means after 8 seconds, you can actually use the site, and that's way too long. Let's go to Pingdom. Pingdom is also not impressed. It has a C with a page size and a load time. All right, now we have the baseline of this website. It really doesn't look good. Now let's log in and try to optimize this site. Log into your WordPress website. If you're still logged in using WP Admin, that's not a very safe way. So please watch my tutorial about securing your WordPress website because you don't want to get hacked. All right, here we go. So I didn't build this website. So the first thing I see on this website is 16 pending updates. That's not good at all. If you want to get hacked, this is the way to do it. Just don't update your website. All the vulnerabilities are still in there. That's actually really great. Let's first take a look at all the plugins. What are we working at? Go over here, install plugins. Now we have 14 updates for plugins. We can do 57 plugins. My goodness, what's going on here? That's sick. I have never seen a website with so many plugins activated working. Hide admin notices. That's not good because you don't see what's going on in your dashboard. Oh wow, we have so many things going on here. Polylang. I don't like Polylang. WooCommerce. Oh, they have so many things for WooCommerce. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, guys, this is not good at all. Let me see how many products they have on this website. All right, we have 360 products, and most of these products I can see are all translated. So they have all variations on the products. Really nice. The first thing you do, of course, is get a good caching plugin. I tried a lot of them and made tutorials about them. W3 Total Cache, Flying Press, Lightspeed Cache. I tried them all and I was not impressed. I always keep getting back to one plugin that really does the job. If you want to help me out, and I will be forever grateful, go to wpressdoctor.com/WP-Rocket and press enter. And then we are at the website of WP Rocket. In my opinion, the best caching plugin out there. Yes, it's a premium product, but we get 20% discount right now if you buy it within 9 days. So that's very interesting over here. It's rated 4.8 by Trustpilot. It has a really easy setup. It's fully compatible with page builders like Divi, and I build a lot of websites with Divi. And there are already 3.5 million websites out there. It's really big. How are we gonna do this? We're gonna click on over here, buy WP Rocket. You can choose a single license for 1 year, 1 website, the plus, 3 websites, or infinite unlimited websites. This is the one I have because I install it also on all my client website. And don't worry if you're not sure if this is the right decision for you. You get a 14 days money back guarantee. So no problem at all here. If it doesn't work on your website, you just log into your WP Rocket account, you go to billing page, and there is a get refunded button like this. Click on it and all will be good. So just choose the one you want. Let's go with the single. Fill in all your data over there and you can choose to pay with credit card or PayPal, whatever you want. And then just press on the button. When you have paid, you can log in into WP Rocket and this is what you then see. You can see your license. Then the only thing you need to do over here is press download WP Rocket. Click on it. And then just start downloading. Then we go back to your website. We go to plugins over there. We're gonna press add new. Then press upload plugin in here. And then you select the file we've just downloaded from WP Rocket and press install now. After this, we press activate plugin and then WP Rocket has been activated. You go up here to WP Rocket and press on settings. Let's configure WP Rocket right now. Here we are. Congratulations, it's now activated, already working for you. Your website should be loading faster now. We'll be testing that out in just a second. First, we're going to optimize and walk through all these settings one by one. So your website is completely optimized. If we're breaking our website during the way, no problem. I'm gonna show you how you can fix it straight away. The first thing we do is we're gonna click on this cross icon. Then on your dashboard, you can see your license in there. You can also get a Rocket CDN, which really speeds up your website if your target audience is way broader than just your country. Then we go over here, we have the Rocket Analysis. If you want to share your anonymous data, it would help them develop even better plugin. So why not just share it? This is everything to see on your dashboard. Let's walk through all the settings. The first thing we're going to do is go to cache, the basic cache options. The first thing I'm gonna do is turn off the sidebar over there. So we have just more cleaner interface. I like this. Then we're gonna, of course, enable caching for mobile devices. Then they're gonna ask, do you want separate cache files for mobile devices? Well, on most modern themes, like this one, it's a Divi theme, it's responsive and should work without a separate cache. So you only need to enable this one if you have a dedicated mobile theme or plugin. Actually, if you're using Elementor or you're using Divi or you're using Astra, you should not enable this. Just leave it off, it's fine. Then we scroll down. User cache is great when you have a lot of people logging into your WordPress website. In our case, we have a web shop and people will be logging in sometimes when they come back. So enable this. If you don't have people logging into your WordPress website, disable this. On this website, I'm going to enable this one. Then we go to the cache lifespan. Now, 10 hours is actually great by default, so don't change it unless you see some issues that you're seeing regularly. Then there's something wrong with your WordPress installation and nonce is a very technical story, but you can change this to, for example, 9 hours. If you notice that your server is a bit lagging and it's getting a bit too much for the old server because you're maybe on a shared server, or I don't know, you can change it even to 11 or 12 or 13 hours. But basically 10 hours should do the trick. Press Save Changes. And then we go to the next one, File Optimization. Click on it one. I'm going to tell you what all these settings are and how they affect your page speed. You want to minify the CSS files. CSS files are written with a lot of comments inside it, spaces and all kind of things inside of your CSS files that a developer put in there so they can change things and read things, what's going on here, especially when you have a team. But a browser doesn't need that information to put out your website in the right order. So we're going to minify it to remove all those things and reduce the file size. And that's what we want. We want to reduce things so we get more speed. Now you get a warning, this could break things, of course, but we do want to activate it to see if things work better with it. So press on Activate it. And here you can exclude certain CSS files. I've never came across a website that I have to exclude some URLs, and I have optimized a lot of websites, so that's okay, just keep it like this. And then we're also going to optimize CSS delivery. As your website have a lot of plugins, especially this website, and the themes, we have a lot of unused CSS. What do I mean with that? In your CSS files, there's a lot of code telling the color of the button, the color of the header, the colors and typography of your contact forms that aren't even on your homepage, but they are all loaded in. Now, what does WP Rocket do is we'll remove all the unused CSS per page. So that's really powerful in speeding up your website. As you only have specific CSS files for the specific pages, all the rest will be ignored. And that saves you a bunch of time and it will easily speed up your site. We're gonna press Activate Remove Unused CSS. If you notice that your website completely breaks while removing unused CSS, there's also another way to do this. You can also use the load CSS asynchronously. It will load all the other CSS asynchronously, that is deferred without render blocking. So it might do the trick for your website, but in most cases, I would advise you to use the Remove Unused CSS. Again, here we can exclude some CSS file names, IDs or classes that should not be removed. If we bump into troubles, we can always exclude them. Let's scroll down. Then we are at the JavaScript files. JavaScript files are everywhere on your website to make things actually work and interact with. But again, also JavaScript files are filled with comments or spacers and all these things for developers to know what they're working on. Very useful, but not for your browser because it doesn't need it, it's going to ignore it. So we're going to minify it, then we're going to ignore it on the website itself and not on the browser. It saves time, so it will speed up your website. Press Activate Minify JavaScript over there. Here we can combine our JavaScript files. Remember, you're a theme and all your plugins and WordPress itself also have JavaScript files running on your site. Your browser downloads them from the server, has to process them one by one, and it takes a lot of time to actually show your website. What if you could combine a lot of all these JavaScript files in just one? That would just download it once and it works. That would be way better. So we're going to combine the JavaScript files, press Activate it. With that said, keep in mind that combining JavaScript files is not always the best solution for your website. If you're using HTTP2, for example, all the JavaScript files can be downloaded parallel, simultaneously. So keep that in mind when visiting your website later on to check if things are really better and improved and actual functionalities still work on your website. If they don't work, uncheck this box and just keep the rest and see if things turn back to normal. And here we can exclude inline and JavaScript files if you need to. Most cases you won't, so just keep it like this. Then we have another amazing option, Load JavaScript Deferred. This option makes sure that other resources like images and CSS files are loaded first, so you can actually see first the website, and then the JavaScript functions are loaded in for the visitor. That means it's going to speed up your website enormously, and people like seeing things before they start interacting with it. Basically, so you need to defer it. Also exclude it, we don't need it right now. And then we can also delay the JavaScript execution. This is also very powerful because then the JavaScript is only start when you click on it, you hover over it, or you scroll on your website, and that makes your website really a bunch faster. So we're going to enable this one. And then we see a lot of things that you can actually exclude from your website that might cause problems. For example, you can see over here Google reCAPTCHA, HubSpot, Stripe, all these things that might cause troubles with delaying JavaScript execution. You can also click on plugins and then you get a list of plugins that might interfere. I don't say they will, but they might interfere with the JavaScript delaying function. So if you notice problems on your website, then the first thing we need to try is to exclude them from this option. You go over here and you see what's going on my website. Are my sticky elements not working? I'm going to exclude this one. Or maybe in my web shop, are my card fragments not loading correctly? Exclude it right there. If you do this one by one, then you might speed up your website, but making sure that all your website works. What's also good to know is they have a documentation with a list of compatibility exclusions. And on this page, if we scroll all the way down, you can see that there is a list. So you just find your plugin or your theme, or for example, Elementor Pro. And in here, there are elements, galleries, and start animations. They are automatically excluded. So that's really great. And you can also just put them in manually over there, the entire URL. We don't need this right now. So we're just gonna press Save Changes. All right, well done. The next stop is your media. Click on this one. Lazy loading is an amazing feature. And what it actually does, it makes sure that only the images are loaded in that are actually visible right now for your visitor. So not the image all the way down in your footer, but right now in your viewport of your visitor. Now, this is very important because the more images you need to load that you're not seeing, the slower everything gets. So enable this for images right there. Then we're also going to enable this for CSS background images, and we're also going to enable it for iframes and videos. Now, if you have another website than Divi, then you could replace YouTube iframe with preview images and click on it and enable this one. Then we have add missing image dimension. This is a very important one. On some websites, you add in images and then you change the height and the width to make it look better. But on some websites, you see that you're loading in a big image and it's getting cropped and resized with CSS. That's okay, but it's not supposed to be that way that visitors can actually see that. Now, if we add missing image dimensions, people will not see this shifting, and also the speed tools will be very happy with you. So press Save Changes again. Then we have preloading cache. Of course, we want to activate preloading as the plugin simulates a visitor going through your website. So make sure that all the pages are actually cached and that the cached version is being served to your visitors. We need to activate it, of course. Then we go over here and then we have preloading links. This is a very powerful feature as it improves the perceived load times, because when a visitor hovers over a link, that page is already being downloaded in the background for your visitor. And that saves valuable time. And here you can prefetch some DNS requests. If you have a DNS which hosts some of your files, like JavaScript files or another database, I don't know, you can add them in over there and then they're also being prefetched. Will speed up your website. Most websites don't have this, but maybe you do. Preload fonts. Here we can preload our fonts being manually uploaded to our website. If you have a theme and you've uploaded your own fonts, or you've downloaded them maybe from Adobe Fonts, I don't know, and you've uploaded them to your website manually, so it's actually a file on your website, put them in over there. Most websites don't have this, but if you're like me, you like to fiddle around with different kind of fonts and put it on there and actually upload your own font files, put them in over there, then they get preloaded, saves you a bunch of speed. If you didn't do that manually, just leave it like this empty and press Save Changes. Then we go to the advanced rules over there. In the advanced rules, we can add some never cache URLs. For example, the cart page of WooCommerce, the checkout page, should not be cached or else you get a lot of problems with your website. Now, these are automatically detected and never cached by default, so don't worry, we don't have to add them in manually. But if you do have some URLs of pages or posts which you don't want to have cached, put them in over there, one per line. If you don't want to cache your cookies, you can add them in over there. Don't know why, but you can add them in. Never cache user agents, also you can exclude them there. you can also always purge URLs. If you have, for example, a news website and you update posts regularly, then when you create a post or you update it and it gets loaded in automatically in different kind of categories or your homepage, then you want to have these pages always purged when you upload a new post. So maybe you have, for example, a blog page like this, and in this page you automatically load in your posts. Well, you don't want to clean your cache every single time you do that, so make sure that the purged URLs are like this, and then all problems solved. If you don't have this, just leave it empty like this, you're just fine. Here you can cache query strings. If you're developing something on your website, you might need to cache them. Most websites don't use this, so press Save Changes. Then we go to the next option, database, optimize and reduce bloat. In your post cleanup, you can clean up some of your posts. But remember, if you delete all these revisions, they are permanently deleted. If you sometimes need to go back to a revision of your post or page, don't delete them right here. If you do want to clean it up, just select it and save changes and then they are cleaned up. You have also auto drafts, we have trash posts, we have comments, spam comments. If you have a lot of them, just select them and trash them, and then we can clean them up. That's great. Then we have the transients cleanup. Temporary options, they are safe to remove. They will be automatically regenerated as your plugin requires them. 16,000 in the database? Wow. I have never seen so many of them. Definitely gonna clean this up because this is extreme. Just delete them. Then we can optimize our tables. We have no tables to optimize, that's great. And we can automatically clean up. I do not advise you to do so. Of course, back up your database before you run this cleanup. Make sure you have a backup because sometimes things go wrong. Press Save Changes and optimize. In the meantime, you will see that WP Rocket is actually doing a lot of things. Your CSS of your homepage will be processed and all these things take place while on the go. So that's great. We can just go further. As you can see, from 16,000, we're now 12,000. So it's deleting them one by one. So that's really great. Let's go to CDN. If you have a lot of visitors from outside your own country where your server's at, like all over the world or all in Europe, then you might want to consider a CDN. Now the Rocket CDN, I highly recommend it. It's a great CDN. It's $8 a month. And then your website files are stored in all different kind of servers around the world. So then your files will be downloaded from the nearest server to a person closest to that one. And yes, this will definitely save some time. I've set it up for different kind of customers and it definitely did improve their load speed and their experience from their users. You might want to consider it. If you just only have visitors from your own country, don't bother, just leave it like this and then it's okay. If you have another CDN than Rocket CDN you already have a subscription to, then you can enable it over there and put in your names there. Then you can make it fully compatible with WP Rocket. Then we go to Heartbeat over there and we want to control our heartbeat. What does it mean? It means less load on your server because normally every minute WordPress will save things on your server. Like for example, when you're creating a post, it will auto-save every minute. Well, it's a lot of load on your server, so you can also do this to hit once every 2 minutes. It will save you half of the load on your server. That's a lot. So we're gonna reduce all the activity in your backend, post editor and frontend. It's already on, so we don't have to save it. Let's go to add-ons over here. Now, if you have Varnish running on your server, activate this add-on. How do you know if you have Varnish on your server? There's only one way to find out. Go to your hosting company, see if there's an option called Varnish, and then you know you have it. If you don't see it, just keep it off. If you do have it, make sure to enable this one because it will actually make sure that the Varnish cache will be purged every time you purge the WP Rocket cache. If we scroll down, you can go to WebP compatibility. It's actually a way to improve your images on your website to go in the far smaller size of WebP. It actually works really great. If you have a plugin running on your website doing this, you will see over here that we have detected it and then you can just enable it over there. But on this website, they don't use it, so I'm just gonna leave it off. Scroll down. If you route your website through Cloudflare, this might be interesting to turn this on and then you can modify the options. So WP Rocket works greatly integrates with Cloudflare. This client does not use Cloudflare. I think I'm gonna advise them to do so, and then you can turn this on, modify your options, log in with your global API key, your account email, and your zone ID, and then you can change all these options to optimal settings. I've done this a couple of times and this works actually really great with Cloudflare. But this website doesn't have Cloudflare, so I'm gonna deactivate it over there. If you also have a subscription with Sucuri, you can enable this one, modify the options, put in your firewall API there, and connect with Sucuri. As this website doesn't have that, I'm going to disable this. Then we're almost done. Let's go to the image optimization. If your images are really big, you need to use Imagify to really shrink your images. This plugin is actually a really good plugin to really compress your images on your website. If you have very big images and they tend to load very slowly, then next to WP Rocket, this will also be your next best friend. It's free for 25 MBs, I think, per month. So you could do a lot of optimization and run it each month for free, or you can just buy credits and do it automatically. It's a really amazing system. Let's scroll down a little bit. And then we go to the next one and we have the tools. These are the last ones. You can export your settings of WP Rocket. Might be useful if you're launching a lot of websites. Import them again, of course. If the new version of WP Rocket has caused issues on your website, click on this one, reinstall. You will go one version back. I have never used this before because it always works. And then we have another feature which is really great. Update inclusion and exclusion list. Now the compatibility list with WP Rocket is changed every single week because new plugins emerge, codes change, plugins get updated, and the list will be updated automatically on your website. But if you want to do it manually, this is the way to go. And that's it. The last option are tutorials, but you've already seen this tutorial, so you're actually completely done. Now let's see if WP Rocket speeds up this website. How are we going to do that? We're going to run another test. How are you going to do this while preserving this? Well, just copy this one, open up a new tab in your browser, like so, paste it there, and go, and scroll it down. Then we have the same report, as you can see. But on this report, I'm going to press Analyze again. Here we go. Then we go to the GTmetrix in here, and we're going to do the same trick. We're going to use this one, copy it, go to a new tab, paste it in over there and go. Then we have the same report from GTmetrix and we're gonna press over here, retest. Click on it. Then we go to Pingdom. We're gonna do the same. We're gonna copy this URL, open up a new tab, paste and go. And then we're gonna press on Start Test again. Here we go. Hang on, we're almost done. Then we can go to PageSpeed Insights to see if things got changed. Well, remember where we came from, guys. We came from 11 and 38, and now we are at 69 and 90. So this performance is actually improved a lot, but it's still not what it's supposed to be. I definitely want this to go to 95 or even 99. I've seen it before. It's definitely possible with Diffy websites, and it's also possible with big web shops. Just I can see what's going on here. All right, we have one big problem. It's the largest contentful paint. If this one is fixed, then all these things would be high in the green. That's the only problem in here. On mobile, it's the first contentful paint. And well, if we fix this, it will change a lot of things. So we're going to optimize the images in just a second to see if that works. I think it will. All right, let's see what GTmetrix has to say. This is what we came from, an F with 25 performance, structure, and we go to this one, GTmetrix 88, 93, again the largest contentful paint, so this can be way higher, but the largest contentful paint is still pushing our scores down a little bit. I think this we will also see this with Pingdom. We gained from an C with 71. Let's go to the test now. It's an A95. Load time is way lower. Look at this, from 4 seconds to 528 milliseconds. It's excellent results. And the page height has been reduced from 4.4 to 3.7 and to 60 requests. So this is actually a big improvement on this website. And of course the tests are nice, but does it feel faster? Let's go over to your website and open it in a new private window or incognito screen so you're not logged in. Open it. Wow. This went really quick. I like this. I used to wait for, I don't know, 20 seconds or something, but I can just click around this and it actually works. This is excellent. All right, I'm really happy with the result, but let's crank up the score just a little bit by going with Imagify. Then we go over here, we scroll down and we go to image optimization over there. And we're gonna install Imagify over there. Click on it. Just wait a couple of seconds while WP Rocket is installing Imagify for the best in class image optimization. All right, here we are. Imagify has been installed. We can go create an account, enter the API key and configure it. So let's sign up. It's completely free. Click on this button. Enter your email to get an API key over there. d@wpressdoctor.com and press sign up. Congratulations, now we have an account and we need to check your mailbox and then you receive an email with your API key. Congratulations! Now we have a new Imagify account. Please confirm it, set your password by clicking the link below within the next 30 days. Do that and then we need to copy this API key, copy it, and then we go back. Then we go back to our website and press on I have my API key over there. We're gonna paste it in and press connect me. Congratulations, it's valid. You can now configure these settings. Okay, go to settings over there. All right, what do we need to do? Auto optimize images and upload, very important. Backup original images, also very important. Then we have an option which is not turned on, lossless compression. If you are a photographer or focus on the quality rather than performance, you may be interested in this option. Most websites should not use lossless compression because it's a little bit slower. Then we go over here, we want WebP versions of images. Yes, that's exactly what we want. And we want to display images on WebP format on our website. We're gonna use the picture tags, which is preferred. We don't use the CDN, so we scroll down. If you want to resize larger images, you need to use this one. There you go, because this is the max width of your biggest image uploaded to your website. In this case, this is the biggest images. And then we go save and go to bulk optimizer. Of course, Imagify is also a premium plugin, but you can use it for free because we now have 100% space credit left. If we scroll down, we can optimize our media library over there and you can choose if you want to have lossless or smart. I would go with smart. Then you can optimize your images from your website folders. If you have different kind of folders in where you have put in your images, then you can add them in over there. We don't have that, it's all uploaded to our WordPress website, so that's good. Now, the only button that we can press is Imagify them all. So we're gonna press this one and we're gonna press start the optimization. Here we go. Now then they are going to get our unoptimized media files. Those are a lot. Actually, there are 3,307 media items. Let's see how it's going. We are starting with the media library and you can see over here the progress of optimizing your website's images. It's gonna take a long time, especially as I'm not impressed with the server speed of this website. I don't know what hosting company they're using. Wow, we have only optimized one image and we have already only left 75% of our credit. That means that the images uploaded to this website are really big. Here we go, 4.7 MBs. And it's still 3 MBs while optimized. Those are really big images. All right, I highly doubt it, but I'm still interested if this maybe changes up our scores. Only 7 images, we'll see about that. Just go to your score over there, copy it, open up a new tab, paste it in there. And we're gonna run it again, analyze it. Then also with GTmetrix, copy it in here and retest it in there. All right, then also with tools.pingdom, open it in here and press start test. We went from a 38 to 95. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then we go to GTmetrix. We went from an A88 to a A94, which actually a little bit better. Even the largest contentful paint went back from 1.8 to 1.5. Well, that's something. Let's go to Pingdom. There you go from 95 to 95. So Pingdom is not really impressed with the 7 images being optimized. And I totally understand this. So I'm still not very happy with the score because of my largest contentful paint, as you can see that. If we scroll down now, you can see the problem in here is that when loading your website, it gets really fast. The bike in here and the logo are loading slower than the rest because of lazy loading. So lazy loading is very good, but in this case, we want to exclude these images. Let's do that right now. So I go to my website over there and I go to my mobile version. I'm gonna inspect it. And in the inspector, I enable this mobile version. Now, here we are. Now we have the mobile version loaded in our browser. So I want to exclude the logo, so I'm gonna right click on it and click on copy image link over there. Go back to WP Rocket and I'm gonna paste it in there, but I'm also going to remove this one. So we only have the name of the file, motorstickerlogo.png. But I also want to have this image of this bike. So right click on it, copy image link. We go back to WP Rocket, then we're gonna add a new line and paste it in over there, and we have motor2.jpg. Let's save changes, and now it's going to exclude the images from lazy loading. All right, it has been excluded. Now we're gonna recheck. Now we go to page speed insight and we're going to recheck this score. Press analyze. So the website now is very good, so I'm real happy with these results. And if we scroll down, you can see that all these images are just way better than it was before because of the images are now loading instantly, and that makes sure that the largest contentful paint is not that high, so your score is getting higher. So here we go, now we have better results. If you have any questions or you just want to say thank you, Matt, drop it down in the comments. I'll always reply and I love to read it. Hit that like button if I helped you out, and also subscribe over there because I have a lot more viewers than subscribers. After that, check out this video, which has nothing to do with speeding up your WordPress website, I think.